Hey y'all, it's Sierra and I'm back with another video. This is going to be a pick a card based on what you all are going to need to focus on this week, what's going to be happening or coming up in your life this week, what you might need to think about doing this week, just what messages your spirit guides have for you regarding this week. Now, most likely this is going to be going up on Tuesday. It would have been ideal if I was able to put this up on Monday, but I had a busy weekend, so I'm just now getting to it. I just got off work, so I was like, let me try to get this done. Alright, so if you are new to pick a cards, you are going to want to see which pile is calling to you. What pile are you drawn to? You can pick based on the pictures that I have on top of each pile, the images that I have on top of each pile. For me, sometimes if a pile looks like more crooked than the other one, I'll pick that one. It's gotten to the point where I can pretty much know what pile I need to pick immediately. But if you need to take your time, please feel free. So that way you are making sure you're tapping into your intuition to pick your pile. If you're not sure, ask your spirit guides to help to guide you. You don't want to pick a pile based on if you think the image is negative or positive. Pick the pile that you are drawn to. So for pile number 1, we have the angel or the angel wings. For pile number 2, we have the horse. And for pile number 3, we have the rose. There are going to be timestamps in the description box as well as the comment section. So once you pick your pile, you can go ahead and click on the timestamp that corresponds to your pile to skip ahead to your reading. If you need to pause the video, please feel free to do so that way you have time to look at the piles. Don't spend too much time. Just see which one you're drawn to and go with that one. If it doesn't resonate, maybe you chose the wrong pile and you might need to pick again. Alright, so I will see you all at your piles. Bye. Hey, group number 1, you all chose the angel. So let me put that over there. When I think about angels, I think about like guardian angel for the most part. So somebody, or not, I guess not somebody, but an entity that is there to help you, to guide you, to protect you, not only to keep you safe, but to kind of like help you through situations in life. So that's what I think about when I think about an angel. Somebody who has access to the spiritual realm, so they can help you here on the earthly realm as well. Now we also have the 9 of Cups, the God of Wands, which is the King of Wands, the Goddess of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. That's the first row of cards. So the 9 of Cups typically represents just being fulfilled, emotionally fulfilled, having your wishes come true, having everything that you need, not really needing or wanting for anything. And with the God of Wands here, I'm thinking that you all may have some sort of creative passion that you have, or some sort of project that you're wanting to bring to life, some sort of career change that you're wanting to make, like some sort of entrepreneurship type career change, something you're passionate about that you want to do more with, get more out of life by doing what it is that you're passionate about. With the Goddess of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. The Goddess of Pentacles is somebody who is very mature, very practical, very established, well established, has pretty much what she needs and wants as well, but she can also serve as a mentor. She's very wise. She can be somebody that comes into your life to help you out, to kind of mentor you, to show you the way, because they've already been there and done that. And then the High Priestess is somebody that she can offer insight into the spiritual realm. She may know some secrets that other people may not know. She has intuitive gifts. She's very intuitive. She has insights into things that are not necessarily seen So again, these are two different types of cards, but this can be in one person. So you might have somebody that's entering into your life that is going to give you the secrets to success, or at least point you in the right direction, serve as some sort of mentor to you. They have been able to create both emotional fulfillment and fulfillment when it comes to the material realm and financial, because we have the Nine of Cups and the Goddess of Pentacles, and we have the God of Wands. So they have been able to use their passions to create fulfillment within their life, and they are going to want to come into your life to help to show you the way. So you want to pay attention to different people in your life and what their actions are. Does it seem like they want to be helpful to you? Are you willing to accept help, and are you open to accepting help? So we have the on the bottom row, you are stronger than you know. Vulnerability and freedom. Wise one, grow within your current situation is what that says. And there's an owl, which can represent wisdom. There is a older, more mature woman in the card as well. So again, we have that Goddess of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles energy. And then we have the moon here, which is the High Priestess energy. You can see there's a moon behind her right there, and there's a moon right here. And then we have the older woman, which is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this does not have to be a woman. It can be a man as well. And then we have the Awaken Your Vulnerability. We have vulnerability in two different cards. So, like I said, are you open to accepting help and guidance from someone who has been there and done that and can be really helpful to you? Now, I know that sometimes it's hard to accept help from people because you may not know what their motives are. You may not know if they're genuine, and you just might be used to having to do everything on your own. Like the card says, you are stronger than you know. You're used to having to be strong. You're used to having to do things on your own. You're used to, if I don't do it, it won't be done right. I can't trust anybody to do what I can do for myself. So you don't want to block any opportunities that are coming your way, that your guides are sending your way. They're sending people your way to help you, to make things easier for you, so that way you can work smarter and not harder. Yes, you can get things done on your own, but if there's people out there that can help you, that can remove blockages out of your way and show you a better way to do something, because they've already gone through the process and made all the mistakes, so they can show you a quicker, easier way for you to do something. Be open to accepting that. Be open to accepting constructive criticism. And don't get in the way of your progress, okay? You don't want to block your blessings by not accepting help from people that are sent to help you. I don't know if y'all can see this whole card, so I'm just going to awaken your vulnerability. Now, anytime we're accepting help from people, especially if you're a strong person, you feel really vulnerable. You feel really exposed. You feel like now they have something over you. Now you owe them. I know that it's not easy. I'm one of those people. I don't like accepting help from people. So I don't know. Maybe this is talking to me. It's not just y'all that get messages from these readings. I get messages from these readings too. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable. This card says vulnerability and freedom. Sometimes you just have to let your guard down a little bit so you can access the freedom and the fulfillment that you want. All right, so this week, if you are not open to accepting help from others, you are going to want to work on that. Work on being open. Say those affirmations. I am open to accepting help that has been divinely sent to me. I'm open to accepting help from those who genuinely want to help me. Tap into the High Priestess energy. If you're not sure of what people's motives are, tap into your intuition. Ask to be shown who has genuine motives and who doesn't. Who plans on following through and who doesn't. That's what we have our own intuition for as well, to help us to make the right decisions and figure out who we should trust and who we shouldn't trust. Okay, so this week you'll definitely want to work on that. For some of you, this person might be entering your life this week, and for some of you this week you need to focus on working on being open to receiving help from others so that you can recognize it when it's sent your way and you'll be willing to accept it. All right, so that's what I have for you all. I hope this resonated with you. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section if it did. Also, please like, share, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. I certainly appreciate it, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Bye. Hey, group number 2, you all chose the horse. So when I think about horses, I think about just running wild in the free land, like on like grass plains or something like that. Just being wild and free, the wind blowing through your hair. That's what I think about when I think about the horse. At least that's what I'm thinking about right now. Okay, so this reading is going to be regarding what you need to work on or focus on, or what's going to be coming up for you in your life this week. So starting off, we have the Three of Cups, the Empress, the God of Pentacles, which is the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, and hobbies. That's our first row. Second row, we have learning experience, sacred plan, mountains, stand your ground, and step into the unknown. So what I'm getting, especially from this Empress and the hobbies card, is that you all may be working on a creative project, or you might be thinking of taking something that you do for fun, something that you learned how to do on your spare time, or that you just maybe always had like a natural gift towards, and turning that into a career, turning that into another stream of income. And what I'm showing with this Three of Cups and with the God of Pentacles is that if you do decide to move forward with that, you definitely will be successful. So this week you may be getting the urge to turn one of your hobbies into another stream of income. Now I am seeing that you might get a bit of resistance here. We have the Emperor card and the Mountain, stand your ground. So there may be somebody in your life that might be like a mentor or an authority figure, maybe even a father. Somebody that is a very stable person in their own life and a very practical person. They may feel that what it is that you're trying to do is not practical. They may feel that you are not going to be successful. They might feel that you don't need to deviate from the plan, especially if this is a parent. A lot of us have dealt with our parents basically trying to map out our lives for us. It's kind of like they have this plan for us ever since we were little children, and they just planned out exactly how our lives are going to go. And if we deviate from that plan, they have a problem with it, because sometimes parents live through their children. You don't want to let your parents or anyone else dictate how your life goes. And the Emperor is used to getting things their way because they have been successful doing things their way. Now, just because somebody else has been successful doing things their way doesn't mean you have to do things their way. However, the practicality that the Emperor has, it's not a bad idea to make sure that you have a practical approach and a practical plan when it comes to executing whatever this creative idea or project is that you're trying to do. We have the Sacred Plan card. So again, have a plan. If you've been thinking about it, thinking about this week, it might be time. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try not to sneeze. Okay, sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay, so if you've been having this plan in your head, it might be time this week to go ahead and write that down. Write it on paper. A lot of people say once something is on paper, it becomes real. Then you have to act on it. So it might be time to get these ideas out of your head, write them down on paper, so that way you have a plan as far as how you want to execute it. Maybe you haven't even written your ideas down yet. So you might not be at a point where you can write out a plan, but you can at least start writing your ideas down. I have so many notebooks, so many memo pads filled with ideas and how I want to execute them. And I actually text myself too. So if you don't have paper around, but you have your phone, put a note in your phone or send yourself a text. Start putting the stuff down on paper or in notes so you can refer back to them and it's not just in your head. So again, it's not a bad idea to have the practicality of the Emperor and the creativity of the Empress. Okay, if you're able to put those two together, then you can make money from what it is that you love to do. Don't we all want to do that? It's one thing to have a job and have somewhere to go to make money. We don't necessarily like our jobs a lot of the times, but we are able to make money and survive from them for the ones of us that are lucky. But being able to make money from things that you like to do, that's just wonderful, okay? So you don't want to end up regretting not moving on this idea that you have because other people may be telling you it's not a good idea. So with this mountains card, you definitely are going to want to stand your ground. I'm sorry, I'm shaking the camera a lot. Stand your ground. And then we have the step into the unknown. Yes, you're not going to have all of the answers right now as far as what needs to be done. We have the learning experience card. When I started taking my hobbies and making money from them, I had to figure stuff out on my own. I had to do research on my own. It was a learning experience. One of the businesses that I do for myself, vendors are involved. I have to order raw materials from various different vendors. Some of them have good products, some of them don't. I need my products to be, my ingredients to be superb so that my finished product is also superb, okay? So there's times where I might order from a vendor, it's not good quality. That's money that I just lost. But it's a learning experience. I don't use that vendor anymore. You might lose money while you're trying to figure this thing out. You might make some mistakes. That's perfectly fine. Take those and learn from them. Use them as learning experiences so you know what to do and what not to do. You can't always go by the emperor's plan. You might have to create a whole new set of rules for yourself. But it's definitely going to be worth it with this Three of Cups. So for this week, I'm not showing that you're necessarily already at the point where you can celebrate, but what I'm showing is you may want to start thinking this week, really thinking about turning something that you love to do into a stream of income. And if you haven't already written this stuff down, start writing it down. And again, with the Emperor, you want to be practical. Okay, so I just got off work. I have a day job. And now I'm making this video. When I'm done with this video, I have products that I need to make for one of my businesses that I have. And then I have another business that I have to get an order ready for. Then I have my son and any homework that he may have. And I'm pretty sure he's going to want to eat and he's hungry. I have to be practical and realize that there's going to be some long days. There's going to be some days where I'm up late and I'm just going from one job to another. Essentially, I'm getting off work and then I'm working on my own business. It's not going to always be easy. So you do need to be practical and understand that there's going to be a lot of hard work sometimes. Sometimes you might have to work on your business on your off hours. But make sure you're putting something into yourself and not just somebody else's business, okay? Now that sorry, group number 2, my camera overheated right at the end of my lecture. But anyways, I'm pretty much done now. That's what I saw for you all this week. You all will probably be focusing on a new stream of income that you're wanting to create for yourself, and it's gonna be based on something that you like doing in your spare time, being able to use your creativity. There may be somebody or some people in your life that may try to discourage you or may feel a little bit weary about you taking on this project, but you want to make sure you use your practicality. Start writing stuff down and you'll be just fine. So I hope that resonated with you all. If it did, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Also, please like, share, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. I certainly do appreciate it when you all do that. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye. Group number 3, you all chose the rose. All right, so when I think about roses, of course, I think about romance. These are pink roses. So pink roses can, or pink, the color pink can represent self-love. And then the color red can represent romantic love. So there may be a need for some self-love here, some self-care here, Not being so hard on yourself. There could be a romantic gesture somebody's going to be sending your way pretty soon. So that's what I get from the Rose. Now, starting off, the first card we have is the Lovers. And then we have the Fool, the Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands in this deck. And we have the Devil, and we have relationship dynamics at the top row. So, this week, it is possible that you could be tested by somebody that you may have been in a codependent relationship with previously. I'm not getting that you all are together now. I'm getting that this is an ex. This is somebody you were previously with, and it was a toxic relationship. It was a codependent relationship. Could have been a narcissistic person that you were dealing with. So they might try to come back this week, and we know if they try to come back, you should probably not allow them to come back. So they might be testing you, but this could also be a test of the mind, a test of the ego. So you might be challenged to kind of move past that situation mentally. It seems like you might have let the person go physically, and you probably mentally don't really yearn for the person or want the person back or anything like that, but you still have some damage that you're holding on to. Not necessarily trusting other people. Maybe you feel like you're just never gonna find love again. You might feel really discouraged in the area of love. You might feel like you don't want to be reckless. Sometimes the King of Wands, or excuse me, the Knight of Wands, he's very passionate, but sometimes so passionate that he can become a little bit reckless. So you may be worried about that when it comes to relationships. But trust yourself. Trust that you have learned from this negative relationship that you've been in. So when new people try to come your way, you might have a new person making a romantic gesture towards you this way, or a new admirer, or somebody who has a crush on you or something like that, and you might feel tempted to push them away. But this is telling me that you need to act a little bit like the Fool here. The Fool is not always a bad thing. It's just basically having a new lease on life, taking a step into the unknown, taking a risk, having like a youthful like energy towards things, like how children are. They don't really have boundaries sometimes. Now you still need to have boundaries. You still need to keep those lessons in mind that you learned from this negative relationship that you were in, but you don't want to let it hold you back. We have shed old skin. So don't allow a bad relationship with somebody to keep you so closed off that you don't find true love again. You might be sent true love your way this week, or it just might be a situation where it's not time to be super serious. You might just need to go out and have some fun. You might have been in the house a lot, or you just might have been like, I'm not going out on any dates. You're not trying to marry somebody just because you're going on a date with them, or just because they ask you on a date. Just make sure you use your discernment. I think a lot of the problems with these codependent relationships is that it's not that we don't get the warning signs and that our intuition has not alerted us to the person. We just let them stick around too long. So don't be afraid to date. Just ask that your intuition is strengthened, your discernment is strengthened, and once you see signs of codependent behavior or narcissistic behavior, then maybe it's time to let the person go at that time. But again, you don't want to be too paranoid. That's what I'm getting with this pile this week. You might want to work on unlocking your heart. We have the Unlock Your Heart card. I don't know if y'all can see it. Unlock your heart. So if you are not the person that's going to have somebody making a romantic gesture towards them, then what you need to do this week is unlock your heart. Work on your heart chakra so that you will be open to receiving love when it's meant for you. We have the Practice Positivity card. I know that it can be difficult to think positive when it comes to dating after being in such a horrible relationship, an abusive relationship, or just a relationship where somebody just took so much of your energy from you. But you don't want to constantly be thinking about the negative. The ego is also represented by the devil card. So it could be something that's in your own mind as well. You don't want to be thinking all men are bad or all women are bad, because then that's what you're going to attract. So this week, you may have to work on making sure that you don't have that somewhere in your subconscious. Even if you don't think you're thinking it like that, make sure. Okay, you might need to say some positive affirmation when it comes to self-love and accepting love and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so we have the lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. So with that card, that's telling me that you have done the work. Once you were able to get out of this bad relationship that you were in, you took the time to do the shadow work and do the self-love work to make sure that you don't attract, well, I can't say that you won't attract that type of person again, but you'll be able to spot it quicker and sooner and then move to the left this time, okay? So, snake, shed old skin, and then we have earth and ground, okay? So make sure you're not in your head all the time. Do whatever you need to do to make sure you're grounded. And when you're grounded, you can make sound decisions. Trust yourself. Trust that you have done the work. Trust that you have shedded the old skin. Trust that you are going to attract positive relationships with this relationship dynamics. You're going to attract positive relationships, positive partnerships, okay? This doesn't have to just be romantic. You could have had friendships. I know this says the Lover's card, but it represents relationships. So you could have had friends that burned you as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This week, something is going to be happening in your life when it comes to relationship dynamics where you're going to have to make sure you're not thinking and reacting with your ego. Make sure you're grounded. And it doesn't hurt to do heart chakra work to make sure that your heart chakra is open and ready to accept the positive love that you have coming your way. Okay, so that's what I have for you all as far as what's going to be coming up this week, what you need to be working on this week. So if it resonated, please feel free to let me know in the comment section. Also, please like, share, and subscribe if you feel called to do so. I do appreciate it, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye!